Welcome back everyone. Today I'm doing another pairing video because I finally received the new Crystal Tarot. I did buy this secondhand. I've had the first edition of this for a very long time, and the borders I always felt were too large, and so when I saw that they were releasing a new edition, I sold that one and I bought this secondhand. Cards are in great condition. So the main reason I did that is because I loved the way that they've done the artwork for this deck. It is just so beautiful. And of course, part of that is the fact that, as you can see, the borders are very minimal. And I thought that really is much more suited for this deck and its artwork. Now, I took a gamble in selling my first edition and buying this one because I didn't know what the cardstock was going to be like, just very briefly. And I'm still not sure about this cardstock because it's high gloss. It is very glossy, but anyhow, it's okay. But I think I prefer the cardstock of the first edition. And that's always the conundrum, isn't it? Now, I am pairing this with the artist Elisabetta Trevisan, her other deck, which is an oracle deck called Portraits of a Woman. And I love this. I love this since I first saw it on Shana D's channel, which is probably one of the more dangerous channels for me to watch. Because every time I watch something of hers, I end up buying a deck or two. I mean that in the nicest compliment, of course. And because they're the same artist, I just thought, you know, let's put them together. Let's really do something nice and fun. Because that's the number one reason I do pairings. I just really enjoy doing them. And how I like to do them, and I'm not sure if other people do this, but aside from the enjoyment of it, I like to shuffle the deck and then see if the cards that come up support each other, if they're supportive of each other's energies, or perhaps there might be a message in there. There might be a shared commonality. I don't know. It's just what I have in mind as I shuffle. And then I'm going to cut. So I always cut my tarot decks. It is a habit I picked up very early on when I started first with the tarot. And I can't explain why, but I never cut my oracle decks. So it's just one of my quirks as a reader. I suppose we all have our own little quirks. So yeah, hang on. Let me just do that. I don't cut oracle decks or Lenormand decks. I don't cut those either. I only cut my tarot decks. So let's have a look what journey we're going to be on with these two decks. So what I might do is I might provide some comment to the beginning for the first few cards, and then I might hopefully be quiet and put some music on as I do the rest. Since not everyone loves the sound of my own voice as much as I do. I realize that. Okay. And as always, cup of tea. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's make a start. Oh, the sun, what a beautiful card to start off with. And I'm healing, oh wow. These two definitely complement each other and they share common ground, these two cards, because the sun, I'm going to put my astrologer's hat on here. The sun is a card of our vitality. It represents our own inner self. It represents our creativity, you know, what we need to do in our life in order to feel fulfilled, in order to have zest and vitality for life. That's the sun card. And I think nothing is more healing than the sun, for so many reasons and for so many ills that we might have. So I really love to see these two together. It's just beautiful. Seven of Chalices with I am assertive. And that's interesting. Now, I should say that even though the Crystal Tarot is a Thoth-based deck, to me, you know, and even though I have spent time learning the Thoth, I'm nowhere near done. It's a very slow process. I kind of spend some time, a few weeks, a year, and then I put it away and then I come back to it. I do have great reverence for it, but I am a Rider-Waite-Smith person. And when I see the Seven of Cups, I think of that Rider-Waite-Smith meaning of kind of really taking time to wonder, you know, what to do out of all, so many options. It's like the person's really pondering and taking the time and wondering, you know, what option am I going to take here? And I feel like I am assertive. It's kind of saying, you know which option you're going to go for, right? When you assert yourself. Like, this is my path. And that's what I'm all about. And, you know, that's my place in the universe. I like that. Her artwork is just superb. Eight of Chalices with I am adorable. I love these cards so much. It's a journey to recognizing your own self-worth and loveliness. The World with I am serene. Beautiful. Even like the color scheme here kind of complements, right? We've got blues and greens and yellows, and same here, and browns. They're kind of like the same color scheme. How interesting. And I think I am serene, you know, serenity is something when you are embodying this person that is able to live with all the limitations of her world. We all have our own limitations, and limitations that are imposed by outside circumstances, absolutely. But there comes a point, I think, in the journey when you accept those, and not just accept them, but you start to thrive despite the fact that they're there. And you have this ability to have some serenity amongst all the chaos. That's what I think about these two. Page of Chalices with I am present. Oh, that's really beautiful. Really interesting, because when I think of Page of Chalices, I think of someone who is a bit of a daydreamer, right? A bit lost in the dream. There's someone smelling the flowers and the beauty of life. It's being surrounded by so much beauty. And I am present, it's kind of saying perhaps they need to be present, or they need to bring that dream into reality. Very nice. All right, I'll do a couple more and then I'll just be quiet, I promise. I can't help myself. The High Priestess with I am reflective. Well, reflection is a fantastic quality, an essential quality, I would say, of the High Priestess. And look at the, I feel like the head wrap really mirrors that. Because the previous one, see how she had all her hair was out and flowing? And the hair was out. But here, the hair is under this wrap, and it's, I think that they're very similar, personally. But yes, I think the reflection is very much a High Priestess quality. It's essential, it's very necessary. The ability to reflect. Yeah, and even the stance with the hands in the lap. Oh, very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit of the cards for this beautiful journey. 5 of chalices with I am empathetic. My goodness. Aren't these just so complimentary? The 5 of Cups is a card of loss and grieving. And it's when you go through a process like that, that your empathy, it's not to say that you didn't have any before, but it just grows so much more. You know, the empathy for others' journey and their grief increases so much when you go through a 5 of Chalices experience. Really, really good cards, really good combinations, excellent pairings. 2 of Coins with I am motivated. I like that. Motivated to keep on going. That's what it feels like with the 2 of Coins, you know, that balancing act. All right, last one. Ace of Swords and I am cautious. Interesting. Interesting. I think of the Ace of Swords as very much a thinking card. But of course, like all aces, it's associated with new beginnings, and perhaps the caution comes through thinking whether this new journey or this new thing you're about to do, you know, is that the right thing? That's kind of, and also here's a really nice detail about, you know, being cautious. First of all, there's like a lot of water in the background and there's a lot of water in the card. But the dominant creature here is this crab, and there's a snail too, or a shell. But crabs are very much associated with caution. The sign of Cancer is not a sign that goes directly for what they want. They kind of go sideways. You know, just like a crab. They kind of, you know, gauge the situation first. Is it safe to move forwards? So they do this sort of sideways move before they might take that, have a bit of courage and move forwards, right? So, beautiful. So, I'm going to put some music on and do a few more cards for your enjoyment. Well, I hope this is very enjoyable for you. Thank you so much for watching.